Hello, it's Gabby here for you. Before we jump onto this week's podcast, I just want to let you know about 2 ways that you can work with me. First of all, I do one-to-one coaching and I do that via Zoom, so we can jump on a Zoom call at a time to suit you. The second thing I've got for you is an online coaching course that's 12 modules that you can download straight away now. There will be a link somewhere around these podcast notes. And this is the course that I've designed, and it's got everything in it that I wish I'd have known when I finished cancer treatment and I was lost. So you can download that course now and you can start working towards making this your happiest and healthiest year ever. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello there, it's Gabby here from Confidence After Cancer, and I really hope this finds you well. This week, I'm going to be talking about a really important element of health and well-being, and that is the people that you surround yourself with. Relationships are such an important pillar, if you like, of wellness. There's so many strands to wellness. It's not just one thing. I talk a lot about holistic healing, all the different strands in that: nutrition, sleep, what you eat, what you think, what you do. But a really, really important thing of your happiness and your health is influenced by the people around you. So I'm going to be talking about finding your tribe. And it's really interesting. I met a lady today, and just by chance we were chatting about something and this came up in conversation. She is a lady who had emigrated and has recently moved back to the UK. And she's working now very consciously on finding her tribe. And that's great for her because she's doing this very consciously. But for a lot of us, we've quite often, unconsciously surrounding ourselves with people who are not beneficial to us. And if that strikes a chord with you, you might think, well, what can I do about that? So I've got some thoughts on that for you. And as well, as always with me, there's no judgment. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to suggest maybe a different way of thinking about things that you've thought of in the past, and hopefully give you some ideas of things that can really help you if you are struggling. I'm always here for you. So the most important thing to think about is, as I said before, health and well-being. None of us live in isolation. We all need that connection with people. Our relationships can be one of the sources of deepest joy for us in our lives, but also, when it goes bad, it can also be the greatest unhappiness. I'm not going to dwell on that too much because that's really maybe for another day. What I'm going to think about is how can you get the right people around you that support you. So first of all, I'd invite you to think about the people that you're spending time with at the minute, and do they support you? Are they on the same wavelength as you? Can you connect with like-minded people? And I'm not saying you shouldn't connect with people who are different to you or have different views to you. It would be a boring old world if we all thought the same way. I'm not saying that for 1 minute, but what I am saying is it is such a relief. And the relaxation that I find when I've just caught up with an old friend today, and the relief of just being completely yourself and talking a language that she understands me and I understand her, is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And so when I was saying before about thinking about who you are spending your time with, think about the time, maybe the last month. Who have you spent time with? Who have you spent the most hours with? And then think about the way that those people in your lives, how do they make you feel? Are they giving you good energy? Are they supporting and uplifting you? Or actually, are they draining you? Because you've all got choices. You've always got a choice. And you may think, I'm working with somebody now who said, well, actually, it's really difficult because it's my mother that I've got this different relationship with. And I can't just, cut her out of my life. And I wasn't suggesting that for 1 minute. But if her mother, in her case, was a source of great stress to her and a great frustration, and, there's a bit, a long history of things that have been said and done that have made this woman, who's now, a really successful woman, very independent. She runs her own business, but she's got this thing where her mother can make her feel like a small child. Her mother, she knows what buttons to press, as a lot of her relatives do. And she was saying, well, I don't like spending time with her. What can I do? She's my mother. I can't just cut her off. And so we talked, and she came up with ideas about how she could manage that relationship better by setting some boundaries. So, for instance, this lady, she works from home, and her mother will quite often pop round unannounced, just assuming that because she's working from home, she's always got time for, a cup of tea and a chat that maybe leads into a couple of hours of time that this lady really doesn't have. So it was having that open discussion. She went to her mother and had an open discussion saying, look, I love your support. I love seeing you. I want to book in some time with you this week. I have a really busy diary and I really want to, book in some time to come and see you. I'll come to your house. You don't have to come to me. I know when I'm at home, I'm always surrounded by work things. I'm a little bit distracted. So she wasn't exactly telling a lie, but she was very clear in the boundaries that she's setting. She's going to go and see her mother in her mother's house. She'll go at a time to suit her and she will leave at a time to suit her. So she can set that time limit, if you like, very clearly herself, because she's going to be the one that's coming and just making it clear to her mum, you just popping round, love to see you, it's always great to see you, I'm always here for you. If there's an emergency or something you really need urgently, just ring me. I'm always going to be there for you, but I've got too much work to do, and I have got too much work to do. I'm a busy woman, I'm running a business, and that needs to work for me better. So that's just one example of something you can do. And, it may be, and this has happened to a few people that I know, you are spending time with people who are, you've grown apart over the years. You've got very different views on things, and it's not enriching to you anymore to be in that relationship with that person. And again, I just think, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying, think about who you spend time with. Our time is precious. As we get older, we realize time isn't infinite. Like when you're younger, you think you've got all the time in the world to do all the things that you want to. And as you get older, and particularly if you've had a cancer diagnosis as well, you know that your time is precious. Think about how you spend it and what you're spending your time on. Who are the people that you are around? It's so important. And maybe ask yourself these questions, what have you been accepting? Because sometimes we all do it, none of us are perfect, and we're not saying that, but what have you been accepting? Have you been accepting other people's bad behaviour? Because you've got a choice. If you have, you either continue to accept it and put up and shut up, or you say, no, this has got to stop. The new year, January, is a great time for thinking about what you want in your life, the good things that you want more of and the bad things that you want less of. And we've all got choices. We've all can help ourselves more than we think. Sometimes we think when we haven't got choices, but we really have. So just ask yourself the question, what have you been accepting that maybe you shouldn't? And is it good enough for the person that you are and the person that you want to be, for the goals that you've got in your life? You don't have to be big goals. Whatever your goals are, it could be you want to take over the world and set up an amazing company. That's great. Your goals could just be, I want to be happy and healthy and feel at peace. Nothing wrong with that, whatever your goals are. But these people that you're surrounded with, are they supporting your goals? Are they helping you to get to that goal, or are they not? It's a new season. It's a time to adjust your standards, I would suggest to you, of what you're going to accept. Don't accept bad behavior. Don't accept being treated badly, because you're worth more than that. You are, okay? You need to treat yourself with respect and expect that from the people around you as well, because you are worthy and you deserve more. And I saw one of those meme things on social media the other day, and it made me laugh. But because I'm quite spiritual and I'm really into lots of energy work and stuff like that, and I have before saged my house. You sage your house, you burn sage to get good energies coming in. And this meme said, surround yourself with people who don't make you sage your home after they've left. And it made me smile, because I think, can all relate to that. Some people that have just got a bad energy around them. And if you've got people like that, why are they in your home? Your home should be a sacred space where you come for rest, relaxation, and to be yourself. If you can't be yourself in your own home, there's something not right, isn't there? So think about your tribe. And going back to this lady saying she'd, come back from living abroad, and she was finding her tribe again, very, very intentionally. And that's just such a wonderful thing to do. Again, this time of year, thinking about, well, what do I want to achieve this year? Am I surrounded by the right people? Have I got the right feelings about these people that I'm spending my time with? Do I need to spend time with more, I don't know, spiritual people? Do I need to spend time with people who are caring for themselves? Because you end up getting the habits. If you hang around with people who don't really care about themselves, who are sloppy maybe in their work or their appearance or their nutrition, those habits can rub off on you. And if you've decided that's not what you want, no judgment for that. but it was really helpful to find a tribe of people who've got the same goals. That's why weight loss clubs are so popular. It's not always the diet that people are following. I know quite a lot of people that are in these clubs, that it's the social side, the fact that they've got a common language, a common goal. They're all talking about the weight loss and the program that they're following. And I'm not suggesting you need to do that, but what I'm saying is there's so much power in a common goal. And I'm in quite a few really positive, uplifting Facebook groups, and that's really nice. Facebook and social media can get a bit of a bad press, but when it's used in the right way, it can connect people, particularly people who maybe think, oh, well, my friends don't really understand me, or I want to make a change and I don't think my family like that. If you can connect with other people who are making the same changes in their lives as you want to, it's very, very powerful. And it's, it can help you to ask questions. It can help you understand that, maybe looking at the world in a different way. So I just leave you with that thought. You do deserve to be happy. That's always my mantra. You are worthy. You are good enough. But are the people around you good enough? Are they supporting you? And if they're not, what are you going to do about it? As always, I'm here for you. Ping me a message, reach out to me if I can help you with anything at all. Thank you so much for listening. It means the world to me. Have a wonderful week, and I will speak to you very soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.